and the lowest age was 13, let's say, okay?
No 13-year-old would appear as a fully adult woman. The youngest a girl could appear like in a fully, the youngest a girl could appear nearly identical to or identical to an adult woman would be around 14, 15.
Okay, but 13-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 11-year-olds.
They would be in the Tanner. No, they would be in Tanner too. Look at the stages of puberty. They would.
Let me finish real quick because I have something to say, and I've let you finish, so let me finish real quick, okay? So 13-year-olds, 11-year-olds, 10-year-olds, like they have periods, okay? They get their period.
Tanner 2 to 3 stage of puberty. I already know what you're gonna say, and I already have the response to it. The Tanner 2 to 3 stages of puberty, they don't appear like adults yet.
People in other countries, if they find younger women attractive or mother-bearing or whatever the case is, it is based off of their period. And that goes as low as 10 years old if they have their period at that age.
8, actually.
No, but I'm
8.
a woman and I have researched on this. I've seen it myself.
I've researched more than you have, and I'm a man.
And that's fine if you don't agree, but it's the truth. And that's how other
What's the truth?
The truth is that other countries view periods as a woman being of age to have a child, and that is when they decide.
That's wild. So the reason, let me explain to you what that's actually about. It's not about other countries, right? That's Islam, and that's Muhammad, peace be upon him. Assalamu alaikum to any Muslims watching. That's because he had intercourse with his youngest wife Aisha, according to the hadiths, when she was 9. That's why they say that. Just so you know.
So why do you say that like younger ages in different countries are?
They couldn't. No, okay. They can't appear like a fully grown adult woman, right? They believe that Muhammad, peace be upon him, is the greatest example to mankind, right? So they have to like they have to go along with what he did. They can't say anything he did was wrong because he said that Allah told him to do that, right? So they got a hold of that. So that's actually if you ever want to go for that, that's the best way to go. He married her when she was 6, and he waited until after she. Man, but anyway, but yeah, so what I was explaining is the Tanner, that's not cool, guys. The Tanner 2 to 3 stages of puberty, females would experience this from like 9 to 14. So they're not gonna appear like a fully developed adult woman. So this has nothing to do with the menstruation.
They appear as a fully adult woman. It's the fact that they can bear a child, which
they actually can't. They actually can't.
Yes.
They can. No. Excuse me. They actually.
They can.
Please let me finish. They can't without the risk of injury to their body. They are not fully developed. Oh my goodness.
All they care about is bearing a child from a child that has had their period.
That's not good.
You are a man. And I am a woman. I have lived this. I have dealt with it. I have breathed it. I've felt it, okay? And the fact is that when
felt it? Are you talking about FGM?
What's
You're from? You don't know what that is?
No.
Well, I mean, you act like you have like all this like experience of these other cultures of, and you don't even. So what do you mean? You felt it, you've breathed it. What you're coming across to me is you're coming across as a very, very conscientious white liberal woman that wants to like take a stand for some group that she has nothing to do with, and you're trying to like kind of like fall into their oppression.
What I'm trying to say is.
Am I right? Am I wrong?
Can I finish? I let you finish.
May I finish? It's correct grammar.
Fuck off. Okay. What I'm trying to say
Drag her out of here. Drag her out of here. She can't control her temper. Drag her out of here.
And that is.
Drag her out of here.
Same thing. Rape as a child, and they wanted me to become.
Drag her out of here. My mods are slow right now. All right, we'll move on. Oh, Judy might come for me, and we'll see what happens. I was right, by the way. You could tell by the fact that she said, guys, give me a follow if you haven't yet. Please appreciate it. What's up?
Hey, little QV. I was just wondering, because you said, why shouldn't men date younger women? I happen to agree that sometimes maybe a man should date a younger woman because he can appreciate her more. But to me, if a woman is 18 or younger, are you willing to take care of her, provide for her?
I just saw that I got $1 dono on Cash App, and I had to accept it. I'm sorry. Thank you to the person.
Okay,
I couldn't see what it was. I was trying to get back. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just wondering if a man were to be with a woman that's really young, what do you think about him providing for her, taking care of her, paying for her education, say if she wants to go to college, would you support that?
That's why I always say I want a woman like Priscilla. Said what I said. I said what I said, right? Elvis did the right thing, right? He talked to her parents first, right? And then he provided everything for her, and she was a virgin on her wedding night. That's all I'm saying, right? When you're a rock star, things might look a little different.
Okay, yeah, that's right. That's right. He did support her and everything. Yeah, and I'm kind of iffy about that. I feel like if a woman is really young, then she hasn't developed emotionally, but men tend to be a little bit behind women when they are of a certain age. Like at 20 years old, more women are more mature than men. So I don't know. I'm really iffy, but I'm gonna hop.
I think it depends. I think it just depends if that man is willing to wait for marriage or not. If they're willing to wait for marriage, then I think the age isn't as important, like with the Elvis situation. But if the guy's trying to get in her, right, then obviously he's able to manipulate her in a way that's like unfair.
Yeah, that's not right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but I don't really see. I don't really see any like issue or any like overtly like predatory behavior if the person's like wanting to like foster their development in a healthy platonic way or whatever that looks like. You know what I mean? Age appropriate, whatever it might be. I don't see anything wrong with that. But yeah, thanks for coming up.
You're welcome. Bye.
All right, guys, shout out to everybody. D'Angelo, I know we say things up here you might not have heard before, but just listen close. Guys, give me a follow if you haven't yet. Give my guests a follow on the way out. I always put them up on the big screen, guys.
Oh, shit. Hi.
Hey.
I'm sorry. So I have like two questions, I guess two. So you say you're celibate, right? So that obviously you're not a virgin. And I would disagree with the first, I think it was the first guest who said that women, even as young as 20, most likely aren't a virgin in these days, which, yes, intercourse of younger people is more, I guess, glorified.
How many marriage offers do I have from virgins right now? 1, 2, 2.
I want to get to my question.
6 total. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, which I disagree that you wouldn't be able to find a 20-year-old virgin these days because of religious reasons or personal reasons. But my question, I guess, to you is, would you be open to being with someone of your own age that is not a virgin but took a vow of celibacy or is also still a virgin for religious or whatever reasons?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, one of the marriage requests is also like 1 or 2. Well, I actually asked her if she'd be down to marry me, and she said she would. She's actually like 1 or 2 years older than me.
So for you, it's not so much age. It's
Exactly. That's my whole point. See, so when I tell people, I think Ami Dean's actually a friend. They laughed at my anime clip of Dean, so I think they actually just like my content about him. I don't think they're here to cause trouble. Because they made a funny comment. I'm not sure. But anyway, back to that. So when I say, see, what people like, what's funny that they don't like ever give me any benefit of the doubt that I might be smart enough to think, what could I say that I know is to get my point across, but I'm going to say it in a way that's going to make heads turn. So I know when I say like, oh yeah, no, age really doesn't matter to me. I know they're immediately going to be like, that means he's trying to find a Cabbage Patch Kid. But that also could apply to, you'll hear it on a senior center, a senior living commercial. You know, age is just a number. You'll literally see it like on nursing homes. You know, it's not just on the one side. It's supposed to be applied to anything, but they just want to immediately try to like vilify. You know what I mean? It's actually supposed to be like a positive thing because some people have age dysphoria. You know, some people, you know, like maybe a 40-year-old woman, you know, you don't want her to feel like, you know, oh, my whole life's over. That's why I like, you know what I mean? So it's really applicable over all the place.
also the fertility thing.
That's why I mentioned 40-year-old woman.
Yeah, a lot of people want to go after younger women because of this fertility or whatever, which I understand. I've had a kid, but I also have PCOS, which is a fertility disorder, and it took me a while to have a kid. So if you say you get with somebody,
Hey,
right?
that don't matter, you know?
Yeah.
Lord willing, we'll just
Someone
keep
and you can't
trying.
have kids, and you can't tell until you actually try, you know? Like, would that affect a relationship?
Well, in a Catholic relationship, you would like go to fertility clinics before getting married.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yep.
Well, that's all I had. So,
Cool. Yeah, no, I think I give you a follow. Thanks. Those are good questions. Appreciate it. Follow Amber on the way out. Amber Lynn, sorry. Okay, guys, we got 145 people in here, and this is the second topic in a row that's been a hit on, once again, on my, like, this is my backup. So this is a hit. Let's try to get to 5K likes. Thank you for everybody sending roses in, guys. Somebody named Achilles joined. I have a lyric about an Achilles heel in a song I wrote earlier.
See, I think you're right. I'm 30 years old and I'm with a 5-year-old. I think they should be able to do what they want, and I like to put my.
He's 15 years old. Drag him out of here. He's 15 years old. No, you're not. You're 15 years old. I can tell by the lack of testosterone in your voice. Send in a guest request if you want to join. Send in a guest request if you want me to hear your voice. Yo, come on. Let's rejoice. Make some noise. We're gonna chill out and we gonna get with the boys. It sounded like it sounded. I don't know how to get out of that one. It sounded messed up. I don't mean that, but it sounded weird. I'm sorry. I'm straight though, so it's all right. I couldn't think of anything to get out of there. Okay, guys, send in a guest request if you want to chat. Shout out to Bobby. Shout out to Shades. Eden. D'Angelo. Thanks for watching, guys. Sleepy. Why are you spamming crosses? I'm Catholic. I'm Christian. I've read more of the Bible than you have. I know more verses than you and your mother and your father all put together with my eyes closed. I could recite more scripture without opening the Bible than you could probably in a month's time of studying. That's crazy. You're not doing anything. You're just making Christians look bad. You're making Christians look like, you know what you're making Christianity look like, right? You're making Christianity look like we want to go, oh, no, wait, we can't see that. We'll get disproven. 1 Thessalonians 5:21 says to test everything, keep what is good. We're not afraid of anything. Blocking stuff out, right? If it's somebody that's trying to disrupt a situation and now you're standing up for what's right, that's different. But if you're coming in here to stop the conversation, for what? This is literally like kind of like a Christian topic because there's like an element of religion underlying that might change people's. That's a college, by the way, guys. I just heard someone beep outside. Guys, make sure to follow me if you haven't yet. Should we play some songs before I end the live? Of mine that I've written. What's up?
Hello, you alright?
I'm pretty good. It's like 2:30 in the morning right now. Thanks for the follow, Enrique.
Oh, it's 7:30 here.
Wow, you're in the UK? Yes. Birmingham?
Not too far away.
Yeah.
The other side of the island, but in the Midlands still, Nottingham.
So how's she doing? Your cousin Mimi. Can you imagine? She's like, I'm like, I was doing like a fortune teller thing. I was just guessing because I like Black Sabbath and Ozzy's from Birmingham. So when I heard you're from the UK based on the time zone, I was like, I'm just gonna run with it. But what's up?
So I don't think age gaps are inherently wrong. I think when the age gap starts is something that requires thought. For example, think about a 10-year age gap, 40 and 50, fine. 50 and 60, fine. 20 and 30, I don't know. Oh, sorry.
I know I was muted when I said what I said. I said what I meant, though.
Yeah, 20 and 30. So
I'm thinking about a 13-year age gap's probably about the biggest thing I could perceive as being valid.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, even a 20-year age gap, I wouldn't see as problematic if both people were adults and the brains had finished developing fully.
That doesn't make sense. The one your brain doesn't finish developing until 25.
Yeah.
So, but like why would you want to like wait for a woman who matures earlier? That'd be kind of like forcing them basically to like be, I don't know, infantile or juvenile for longer than it's required. If anything, it should be like the age should be different. Like men should become adults later. Like women should be like, well, we're just saying, right? We're just brainstorming. Women, it's 18. Men, it's not until 21. You know what I mean? It should be something like that. If anything, there should be a discrepancy. But it really isn't based on gender. It's more based on like there's like cultural. You know what I mean? Like there's like nationality goes into it. So it's very nuanced. It's really nuanced to the individual. You know what I mean? So that's why it's kind of difficult. But on average, usually men reach maturity or puberty. It's like 2 years behind women.
Yeah. And I don't want to come across as judgmental because there's an age gap between me and my partner. He's older than me. Not massively, but quite significantly. But I was 23 when I got with my partner. So
I have a mod that was 18 when she dated a 45-year-old, I think, and then she was like 23 when she dated a 62-year-old. So we need people that have these examples that are like actually women, because when I talk about this, like people come up and they literally act like I'm just some like creepy guy that's like trying to be like predatory. She just joined right when I speak of the devil. I just mentioned you. And like how you dated the older men. Shout out to her. It was actually her birthday. Her birthday just ended. Sorry, I was like sleeping all day, but stole that. That's funny because my fake grandma just joined.
So yeah, I think especially sort of teenagers, I know that a lot of places see 18 as being an adult, but I think 18, you're still a teenager. I wouldn't say that you're...
Some places see 15 as an adult. It ranges from 15 to 21. Did you know that?
Yeah, it blows my mind. It really does.
Well, you have to remember there's different cultures, So in certain cultures, there's different standards. Like, for instance, did you know that arranged marriages are 10 times more likely to be successful than marriages that are picked based on like appearance or like by the individuals? Did you know that? Only 4% of arranged marriages fail. 50 to 70% of marriages that are like the normal traditional way that we would see in America, like based on looks or, dating, I met at a bar, whatever, not arranged by the family. Isn't that wild?
It is.
So what are you looking to get out of it? It's all about like what they're looking to get out of it. That's why I said when somebody said, "Oh, who's it more predatory?" Like let's say Hugh Hefner, right? Or who was it? It was Anna Nicole Smith and somebody that she dated when he was like 95, and someone was saying that it was more predatory. It was predatory for the old man to get to date her, and I'm like, wait, actually no. The woman is actually being more predatory in that situation because she has a beautiful body to offer and she only has to dedicate a couple years time. And if he's willing to not sign a prenup, then she's going to get his massive fortune when he perishes. And if she's willing to give an old man a great end of his life and then she inherits $15 million, I don't know who got the better end of the deal. I'm not going to say one's predatory or the other, but I just think, whatever you were trying to get out of it, I don't think it's necessarily the older guys always like, oh man, he's getting, the women are getting, a good bag too, or a good, a good opportunity.
Your point, I think, younger people are vulnerable, and I equally think that older people are vulnerable.
Like Stan Lee, remember Stan Lee's nurse started like making allegations against him, like when he was like, I think Stan Lee was just like, nah, I'm out, and he just like clocked out because he was like, I can't even handle it. Like it was sad once that happened and stuff. He was just like, nah, I'm out of here. Like the world's too different. I met him actually in 2012. Rest in peace.
Oh. I guess the only thing I would want to add on is the statistic that you mentioned about arranged marriages is it's quite eye-opening. I suppose just thinking critically, are the marriages, is the success of a marriage determined on whether they divorce or stay together?
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Are we considering that they may be not
happy? No, they might hate each other. They might hate each other. That's not even a concern in this statistic, which is kind of funny to think about.
Yeah.
But because in some cultures that's going back to the old school idea of, now some people look at it like it's backwards because it's like, it kind of seems like, women are property, but at the same time, they're looking at it as protection for the daughter. Like in the Old Testament law of like, if a woman's been defiled, that man like has to, I'm just giving some, this is what it actually says, like that man has to marry her. It's kind of like like if he like was caught in a certain, you know what I'm saying? Like it was protections for the women essentially is how it seems like they were trying to make it. But from our modern point, it does kind of seem like they're like second class citizens. So I understand why it's really difficult to kind of like see the cultural gap in some of these situations. But yeah, I guess it's just if they divorce or not would be success. Guys, my phone's at 18%.
Oh, well, I'll not take up more if you've
fine.
got time.
No, I'll talk to you all day. I love the cool, pretty accent.
Oh, thank you. The Foo Fighters are in England, and me and my dad are going to see them on Saturday night.
Very cool. Wow, that's actually really neat. I have a Nirvana album over there. Nice. Yeah. I got a lot of records. ABBA's the first record in my collection. I literally have the album I have on my shirt right next to me. I'm looking at it. I try to like Chris Angel mind freak people with it. Oh, I literally almost just completely whiffed it. Guys, follow me if you haven't yet. I'm gonna sing some songs before we go. But yeah, my dad just so happened to have this album in his collection. I was shocked by that.
Oh, that's
But then here's an original Black Sabbath Iron Man 45 from 1970.
That's really cool.
But W, I gave you a follow. I can't hear you right now. Oh, thank you for the follow back. We got Timmy Turner. Okay, W.
Well, I'm going to jump out, but I'm going to stay in the comments and listen.
Cool. We got 118 people in here. We're at 18%. That's perfect.
All right.
Bye.
Good night.
Thank you. Well, she might end up becoming a mod at some point. Guys, when my phone runs out of battery, I just have to unplug the mic. I don't have to shut down, but I might. This is the second live we did on here, and it was popping. Guys, follow me if you haven't yet, because this is my, I think, fifth backup. Yeah, fifth backup, so over 150 is popping. It's so funny when people come in and they'll say like something like, oh, you fell off or something. I'm like, dude, I'm talking about a topic I've never talked before on my 13th backup. And I have 120 people here. That's like a triple win. It's so funny when they like think they're knocking me, and I'm like, one, you're engaging, so you're helping. And two, this is great. You can only get overwhelmed on the bigger lives. Like they scale, but it gets to the point where it's like, then you just have to have a team. You know what I mean? Like 100 to 200 people is a solid amount of people to be, you see how fast I have to engage with people. Have you guys not seen thank you for the follow, LD. Have you guys not seen the anime though I made of Parker and Dean and Matt? It's so funny. I spent 4 or 5 hours on it.
If you support Trump,
That's not me. That's a random ad. But it's on my YouTube channel, link in my bio. It's called Parker Get a Job vs. Little QB Final Battle Trailer. It's super funny. But yeah, send a guest request in if you want. I might play a couple songs before we go. Sarah, shout out Sarah. Maybe I'll do a battle or something before I go. We'll see if anybody comes up. I can't show the thing on the screen or to like tag my live, so I can't actually show it. But if you want to see it, it is like 18 views. That's so funny. We were at 18% and 118, and it's 18 hours old and 18 views. And oh my goodness, that's funny because out of this whole conversation, the most relevant age was 18. Just kind of a funny coinky dink. Let's see. Yeah, I'll probably do another live on the iPhone. Shout out to Bobby. Sent the iPhone. I wouldn't be able to do that. 1 second. Where is that, actually? It was plugged in. Send any guest requests, guys, if you want to chat. I'm going to play a couple songs, y'all. Request if you have a song that you want me to play. Oh, snap. Where did I literally just had it. Did I leave it out there or something? We got 112 people in here, y'all. I have absolutely no idea where I put it. I'm confused. Oh, it's on the ground. I see it literally underneath. But yeah, guys, I have like 45 songs now. So that's pretty cool. I couldn't even write it all until they did the hate brigade against me. So that's the best thing that happened from it. How they incited a panic against me, and I'm still facing harassment threats to this day. Like I shouldn't be able to turn around and grab this, right? That's how much I have to have the phone unplugged in 3 places. because they could still make it ring if not. So wait, then you know what's funny? Someone was claiming to have sold my number for $350, and then they were mocking me in Dean's Discord for believing that. I'm like, what? I'm like so confused. Like, if you come in here and tell me that, why would I not believe that with me getting all the phone calls? And then even if it's not true, you talking about it in Dean's Discord and them all being like, oh yeah, what a weirdo, means that you're actively participating in a psychological operation to gaslight me into thinking something that is causing me more distress, more trauma, more harassment, more bullying. So that's just like crazy, literally crazy. You know what I mean? And then they look at me like I'm crazy.
Which Dean are you speaking about? The little boy?
Yes, you know exactly who. Because he has those big muscles. I challenged him to a boxing match, and he said I was crazy.
I debated him one time. About what was it about? It was a while ago. It was about abortions. He actually, we were talking about abortion. He actually stated that basically an abortion is like me unaliving a chicken.
Yeah, they're once again, they're just NPCs. He doesn't actually have any thought of his own. If basically is what I'm saying in line with what Parker says, and if it is, then he could say it. If it's not, he won't even. He literally will just bing. Seriously, if you listen to Baby Bop too. If you listen to Baby Bop or if you listen to Dean, everything they said is because they watched Parker. I saw this. I've been here, right? I was here before Parker, right? The reason why Parker and them get to make so much, the reason why they get to make so much money now is because I was sitting on here in 2019 in front of 8 viewers, and we started the live stream thing on here. So you could be a little bit nicer to your elders that got you to where you are. You do realize if we didn't start that watch time of people being used to watching lives on here, right? They'd still maybe be on Twitch, but that's okay. You could keep trying to character assassinate.
Parker got annihilated by.
Question: is that the Holocaust in the background?
My grandparents were in the Holocaust. Yeah, I actually do have a background with a sticka in the background.
All right, and what do you mean by why shouldn't men date? Or 17 and 20, or 20 and 19?
This has nothing, dude. Both of those are a silly thing to even ask. What is this, blackjack? But no, it says why shouldn't men date younger women? That's the question.
I don't know what you mean. I'm are you 18 and 19? Or
the age isn't relevant. The age is not what I'm talking about here. I'm just saying in general, why shouldn't men date younger women?
I mean, if you're over the age of 18, it doesn't fucking matter. But if one's 18 plus,
that's also
18 or woman 18 plus, because
it's also not a good argument. That's also shows no cultural understanding that the age of majority ranges from 21 all the way down to 15, depending on where you are in the world. It's 18 here, right? But that you can't. You have to recognize that in other cultures it's a little higher, in other cultures it's lower, right? So we have to. We can't be
pedophiles travel to certain countries where the age.
Oh my goodness! Try not to say that word. Can you say P3DO? But you actually. A P3DO, right? The real word of that, guys, what that actually means, the genuine definition is someone who is attracted to prepubescent children.
Yeah.
People who are saying certain people are P3DOs, they are not applying it to the right person at all, right? Somebody who is in situations like that you just mentioned, right? Yeah. That's a horrible application to call somebody in a gap like that situation. Oh, that guy's this. That's actually making it devalued. You're taking the sting out of it. You know what I mean? Kind of like in 2016 when everybody was racist all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Then all of a sudden it kind of lost. If you misappropriate a label, it devalues that label because then you kind of loses the meaning.
I'm not saying people from that country are pedophiles. I'm just saying.
Don't say that word, dude. I gotta drop you. That's okay. We'll get you back up in a second. Well, I just gotta time you out. Say P3. This is gonna help you so you could be in other conversations with other creators too. I'm just letting you know. If you say that, I just don't want you to get taken down. That's all. But we'll get you back up here in a second. I just gotta take a 60-second timeout or a 30-second or full 30 or full timeout, guys. Let me know. But yeah, guys, all my other links. Oh, we got Elite Speaker in the chat. All my other links to my stuff's in the bio. To all my music. But I need new mods, guys. So flow me on these. DM me if you want to be a mod. DM me on any of these, guys. This is Bobo's account. But these are all the ones you could find me. Screenshot this if you're interested, and I'll flow you back if you flow me on these ones. Also, yes, I do now have a secret account and a super secret account. This one has been created. This one's now at 11 followers. And all I'll say is this one is a psychological operation, and we're just keeping that same energy. We're just keeping that same energy that we've been afforded, right? I think isn't it do unto others as they do unto you? Something like that. They doxed my church, so I haven't even been able to go to church for 5 months because I don't feel safe. I don't want like people at my church to get hurt because of the hate brigade against me. So, whatever. I don't think that's right, but yeah, we're just keeping that same energy. That's all, so they can understand the ramifications of their actions. I think that's fair, right? So here's how we do things, right? They get no benefit of the doubt. Anything that could hurt their reputation, anything that could defame them, anything that could make them have some kind of traumatic experience, anything that could bring them turmoil, anything that could make them feel bad about themselves, anything that could potentially lead to them having some kind of a mental breakdown, then potentially substance abuse disorder, then even maybe, negative thoughts, unaliving, any of that, right? We're going to be looking for that, and we're going to want to put that, shout that on the rooftops. Doesn't matter if it's true or not. All we have to do is get it. So what's that going to do? That's going to incentivize people to just come up with bullshit rumors, right? Because they get the shine, right? And remember, the bigger the lie, the better. So they don't have to say it out loud, but that's what they're incentivizing. So they let up all the occultists and everything. That's why I like Pulse on Fire, and I let him here because at least he reports what I say once he's been watching and been able, and I haven't blocked him. That's all I ask. I just don't like when I go on a live and it's a cultist or whatever, and they're literally making up something I didn't say. Because I'm like, what I said was already juicy enough. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm looking for, is just for fair coverage. And you could be wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I thought you said this and you didn't. That's fine. But when people are just like, I'm like, okay, this is clearly they're just like making stuff up. That's just like feels unfair. But thank you for liking the live, guys. I appreciate it. We got all these beautiful people in here. We do have Pulse on Fire in here. They're not a mod right now, but I make them mod sometime. He's the one who taught us that we could swat anybody. We could call a wellness check on anybody, and high none of that guise of it being we're swatting them. We could weaponize the police by calling in a fake mental health crisis that we're probably also going to spur on ourselves by going in there and harassing them. And then when we react, boom, we record that. And then we call in that. That's what they would do. So, but then they always have that plausible deniability of, oh no, it was a wellness check. But you know what's funny? Ever since Parker's address leaked, I haven't seen anything. That's crazy. Nobody's been doing anything. That's weird, isn't it? It's kind of strange, isn't it? KAYS, look, he's gonna tell me to kill him. Wait for it. There it is. And we got a screenshot. Thank you. You're literally just helping my case. Thank you. And you just told me to unalive myself, and your profile picture is St. Michael the Archangel, and you have a Christian cross in your bio. Bro, absolutely just decimated you. And I didn't even have to say anything. What's up, Colby?
Hey, how's it going? Did you say Colby?
Colby was, in the chat. They said hi. Oh, you know that Kobe beef?
You might be on the internet too long if you're talking about all this, man.
This is my job.
You might have created too many ops.
Dude, the amount of ops that Do you know who Bobo is?
No.
Dude, my ops go so deep. Have you ever seen the movie Tropic Thunder?
A long time ago.
You know Robert Downey Jr.'s character?
Blackface, yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say that was a great inspiration for a lot of people. Not me personally.
They're doing blackface?
No, that's my first two initials, BF. No, I personally would, I don't think, so once again, anything could be joked about, like anything is valid in comedy if it's done with taste, nuance, and it doesn't reinforce negative stereotypes. But, I don't know if I'm really there yet. Like, I don't know if I'm that good of a comedian to be able to pull that off. But there's a great small black creator named Deontay Jenkins. who talks about this. You could check him out on YouTube. So Bobo is a friend of mine. That's why I think this is crazy that these so-called lefties keep calling the police to my house when they know there's a black man that lives here, Bobo, and what that could happen to him just because he's black. So that's crazy.
What do you mean by that?
The police are racist. The police were founded on bringing runaway slaves back to their plantation owners. You didn't know that? And the 13th Amendment didn't end slavery. The 13th Amendment said that you would only become a slave if you were convicted of a crime. But then when slaves were freed to fight for the North, they weren't given any land and no money. So if you're given no land and no money, right, and you were just enslaved, what do you think you might have to do to survive? You might have to commit what? A crime. And then guess what? Now, boom. Now we get to say that you're a slave again, and it's your fault. So it literally was just it was basically just a trick. Yeah. The slavery never ended in America. And Martin, the person who actually wanted the slaves to be freed for their humanity was Cassius Clay. He was the one who convinced Abraham Lincoln to sign the Emancipation Proclamation. Abraham Lincoln did not give a fuck at all about the dignity or humanity of the slaves. He wanted them to fight for the North. Look into it. Cassius Clay did.
Okay, but you had mentioned that your friend would be more likely to get unalived by police because he's African American.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the statistics show that?
Bro, I just explained to you the origin of the police. You could look it up if you want. Sorry, my phone is, I got to switch. The burden of proof's on the accuser. I was trying to give you like the relevant information so you can look it up. But hold on 1 second. Watch this. And now we go like this. We could maybe look at the statistics, but just by the origin of the institution.
Well, I mean, I'm not talking about the origin. I'm saying, do you think your friend is more likely to be unalived by police than you? Just based off the fact that he's black. Can't quite hear you yet. Okay. Well, just this year, the unaliving rate, and this is armed, unarmed, every instance. So it's kind of hard to tell who was justifiably eliminated. But just this year alone, so far, we have 98 African Americans and 159 Caucasians. 71.
Yeah, only 13.
And 13.
Yeah, what's the percentage of? But regardless, that none. Okay, you have to understand the history of the institution, right? Because
okay, but that doesn't.
That's valid.
Police officers
Yes.
are picking off black people
No.
because they want to unalive them.
No, it's institutionalized. It's institutional racism based on the fact that black people have been historically disadvantaged, right? So they are more likely to be born into situations where they are literally forced to commit crimes. Okay, not forced, like maybe they have a thing to their head, right? But it's either
okay. Listen, it's more of a means of cultural.
No, that's you're prejudiced. No, dude. If you were born in the inner city of Chicago, you have to be a gang member or you're gonna get attacked by a gang. Sorry.
That's not.
Yes, it is, dude. Okay. How much money? How much money do your parents make when you were growing up?
A good bit. I only have one parent now, so she doesn't make.
When you were growing up, when you were a child.
I wasn't in a gang.
I know you're white. Obviously, I'm saying, how much money were your parents roughly making as you were growing up?
If I was white.
Huh? What? What'd you say?
I could be in a gang if I'm white.
Yes, but I'm saying. My point being that black people in America, due to the historic slavery, would also lead to black people having less generational wealth, right? Also leading them to be in situations where they're in more dilapidated areas of town. There's more crime, right? They're all trying to provide for their family. You haven't heard that Cage the Elephant song? No rest for the wicked?
Okay, so the reality is the black community in America has a culture problem.
What the fuck, this guy, dude, this guy's white is right, dude. That's so
wrong. If you're
wrong.
susceptible to certain environments, you're going to normalize bad behaviors, and it's going to snowball throughout.
Susceptible?
Yeah, because
Do you think black people
well, so
deserve
it's-
reparations?
no, but
Wow.
because
Then
it's
how are they
well,
susceptible?
hang on, listen. Because it's normalized among certain communities, typically
It's
low
not normalized. It's the
Well, no,
fact that
no,
they're
hang on, wait.
forced to.
no,
'Cause they don't have the
one's
money.
forced to commit crimes. No one's forced. To
Yes, they are. They are literally forced. Do you want me to show you? Do you want me to show you how LA set up? So they were literally.
No one is.
Let me show you. Let me show you the planning of cities like LA. Then you can understand why things like the Rodney King beatdown had such a widespread effect.
Okay,
Oh, I'm not on here anymore.
I don't understand.
The racist plotting of the city of LA. I know, dude. You're not woke. I wasn't woke either.
So people are forced to commit crimes. How? Explain
Yes.
that. To me.
Okay. Right. If you were born into a situation, right, where you were a part of a disadvantaged community that was historically enslaved and released from that slavery without being received. Okay, get this guy the fuck out of here. He can't fucking listen. Get this guy, this fucking racist, bigot, prejudiced, fucking homophobic, whatever the hell. I can't figure it out, but he's something wrong. Something's wrong. Something's wrong with that dude's ideology. I could just smell it. What's up?
All right. Do you believe in God?
You're like 14 years old, bro, but go Pack, go. I do believe in God. Even the demons believe in God in fear and trembling. James 2:19. That was annoying.
Hey, bestie.
Hey, what up? Are you Bunny?
Yes.
I heard, yeah, you got caught spying. I could even show you the screenshots of you admitting that you're a spy.
What?
How do you want to react to that?
Nigga, I was just playing. But anyways.
No, the right answer was to say you're sorry.
Good evening. It's been a while since I've seen you, sir. It's very
How you
good
doing,
to
Mother?
see you. Thank you for having me.
Good to see you too. Yeah, we're almost at 3 a.m. here. That's that so-called witches hour, but no, and every hour is the Lord's. It's just called the witches hour because it's the inversion of the time Christ died on the cross.
Well, you know
But
that I'm a pastor, a Christian pastor, and I always love to come show you love, support, and respect. But
Amen. Well,
I
thank
did
you.
want to respond, if I may, to why shouldn't men date younger women? If I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
If I may, I was widowed when I was 24. I had dated a man for about 4 years, and he died 2 years into our marriage. And I was unchurched, but I started going to church, and I met an older man who was about 12 years older than me. 2 years later, we got married. Now, I won't tell you that it's been all hunky-dory and easy, but in April, we celebrated 30 years of marriage.
Wow.
I know